but okay.
All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Zen Yarn Garden booth. We are recording this, so you can go back and see it later, which will be fun. We've got some fun things planned. I'm Suzanne Nielsen. I'm your host for today, and also hosting with me is Laura. And say hi, Laura.
Waving. Here we go.
Oh, there we go. But yeah, like we said, we are recording this. We also have some fun things. We're giving away gift certificates. So Laura gets to tell us about those. How are you going to do those this time, Laura? Are you asking?
We're going to do it in the chat like we normally do. There will be 2 $10 gift certificates throughout the session. I will give you a heads up when those are coming so you can open up your chat window if you're on mobile. And we'll ask you some trivia questions based on what we have shared with you during the presentation. So, and I will just mention that only one person, we have 2 gift certificates. You can only win once per session. So if you win, then you're basically excluded from winning a second time.
Yeah,
so, and those will stack on any discounts that we're offering. We are offering 25% off site-wide until midnight, July 13th. Just put anything in your cart and the discount will show automatically. That discount will be on top of any other discounts that are already available at Zen Yarn Garden. So it's a really good deal. And all orders over $49 receive free shipping to the US and Canada. So I will grab you a link to Zen Yarn Garden, and then Suzanne's going to show you all kinds of cool things that we have.
Pretty things. And so when Laura puts that link in, you can click on it. I think you still can't copy out of Zoom, is that right? But if you click on the link in the chat, then it will open up your browser with the page. So go ahead and do that. Oh, yay, winner. So our first, we have our first product that we're showing you today is kind of a sampler shawl. And this one is called the Perfect Blend Shawl Kit, I guess is what we're calling it. And it has one of each of our new little mini skein colors. So Laura will show you the colors on the website, but what we did is we just took all of them and we blended them into this beautiful shawl. And Laura knit this one, so she'll tell us a little bit more about it. And I'll show up close. There's just a lot of different stitches in here, so it's really fun. And to work with the colors. I think here she like striped 2 different colors the whole time. Did you stripe 2 different ones each time and then move to the next, Laura?
Yeah, just until we got to the end. So these are 24 new colors that Zen Yarn Garden has designed, and they actually started with the 8 colors at the end, and then they combined those colors together. So those 8 colors have names like ahoy and dive and swimming, and some of those kinds of things. And then the ones above are where they combined ahoy and dive, or ahoy and swimming. And what they did is then they did a variegated and a speckled. It's a little complicated, but I'll show you in just a minute.
We'll get to see it on the website so you can see how it goes out, but it's just kind of cool that we knit them all together here that you did.
So the Perfect Blend is a shawl by Casapinka, and it's sort of a little bit of a sampler shawl because there are a lot of different patterns in it. Let me go ahead and share my screen and I will show you what we've got. Sorry, I'm just getting started here. It's a little slow on a Sunday morning.
No.
So let's okay, here we go. So this is the Perfect Blend Shawl Kit. You can see it being worn on the model. These are the original 8 colors that they came up with. Let me go back to those for just a second. Those are the original 8 colors. And then they started speckling them into mixed colors. So you can see that of these colors, you know, if you have, say, yellow and brown and red and orange, up at the top, you can see red, orange, yellow, and brown. So they combined them together. And then the third step was that they put them on speckles, just speckles on neutral colors. So what I did is I took all 24 colors and crammed them into the shawl. The pattern actually calls for 12 minis of approximately 100 yards each, and then a single skein of fingering weight in one, like a neutral color. In one of the sample shawls, I think they used like a light gray or something. What I did was I just took all 24 colors and mashed them into the whole shawl. So you can order either 24 baby skeins. We're calling these baby skeins because they're only 100 yards. Which is smaller than anything else we sell. So you can order one pack of the 24 baby skeins, or you can choose 12 of your favorite to put together and then combine it with one full-size skein of fingering weight, so 400 yards.
Yeah, that's fun. These, like, the possibilities are just endless here. That's what I like, right? Everyone's will be super different. And yeah, I just saw the message too from Nancy. Maybe if you're ready, you can show us what you made. I would love to see it. So let us know if you still want to show us your show us your yarn. But she won the gift certificate last time, and
okay. Let me spotlight her for just a second. Oh, there we go.
So
that's
gorgeous.
Awesome.
So it's
awesome.
Boomerang shaped.
Beautiful.
And yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Beautiful.
What colorway is it?
It was Silver Moon and infused.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I love it.
And there are 2 more in the gift bag or grab bag I bought. So I have to find another, think up another pattern. This is my design.
Oh, cool. Okay. It's nice. Are you going to publish it?
I have. It's on Ravelry.
Great.
Cool. We'll put a link. We'll see if we can find it.
I can put the link in the chat.
Put it in the chat.
Please do.
Yep.
Yes.
I'll do that.
Awesome. How fun.
Great.
Cool,
Thank you. So yeah, the gift card, if you win it, is well worth it, folks.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, and we do have grab bags. We'll be talking about those more.
Yes. Those will come up in a little bit. All right. So our next thing that we get to share is another beautiful creation of Laura's, and it's with one of a new yarn, our newest, I don't know, one of the newest yarns for Zen. It's the Nightshade, which will show you some actual samples of the yarn, but it has black in with the yarn. So, but this is the 10 stitch blanket, and it is just an awesome, fun. I don't know if you can't see all of it here, of course, because I can't get it all on screen, but it's a really cool blanket. This pattern's been around for quite a while, so you might have heard of it before, but we just wanted to revive it and work it in with all of, it's seven different colors, right, Laura?
Nope, that's 8. That's 8. And those are the same colors that were in the shawl.
Oh, right. Okay. But they're on the Nightshade.
Yes, they're on the Nightshade worsted base.
Yeah. So it is just, this is one color, this is one. So these are each different colors. And I think for convenience for here, we did number them, so you know which order Laura chose to work them up in. They do coordinate a bit. So in this one, you have like purple and yellow, and then it goes, you take one color from this and bring it to this. So this one is the purple and the like teal, the light turquoise. And then you have the light turquoise here with the orange, and then the orange with the red, it goes on. So it just steps through. You're keeping like one color the same and changing the rest, which is just a kind of fun way that they did it. You still get a lot of contrast, and you can still see the difference with all of these. And the other fun thing is that coming up in a couple weeks, we're going to do a tutorial Tuesday, which shows you all the techniques that you need for this blanket, the 10 stitch blanket. So that'll be fun. Make sure to sign up. We're going to put links to how to sign up and join us for those tutorial Tuesdays. I think we're just going to do a half an hour. So they're just a really short session. We do record them too. And for the 10 stitch blanket, we'll cover working the opposite direction, so you don't have to like flip your work back and forth. And we will also cover how you join. So it is knit in a strip like this. So you start at the center. If I can find it. Start somewhere here at the center, and you're knitting like this, and then you turn a corner and you keep going in this like spiral around. Let's see if I can find, it's easier to see like where another color starts. So here this color ended and then she started the next one, and you're joining to the inside as you go. And then, you know, when you get around again, you join here. So you don't have to do any seaming as, you know.
No, the fun thing was that there were only 16 ends to weave in, one at the beginning and one at the end of every color.
Nice.
The pattern is called the 10 stitch blanket because you're only ever working on 10 stitches at a time, and it is garter stitch. So if you learn to knit backwards, that is helpful because then you don't have to keep switching your work. And we're going to cover how to do that in the tutorial Tuesday. I put the link in the chat if you'd like to register for those. Those are completely free to attend. And Suzanne and I just chat for about 30 minutes and we share some
and show you close up.
and we answer questions. So yeah, this one was super fun. It starts at the center, and basically what you're doing is you're either knitting 10 stitches back and forth, or you're creating little mitered corners. And at the end of each row, you're attaching it to the previous row's work. So it just grows modularly. At first it was very small, and then it was bigger and bigger and bigger. It's a little bit almost like if you were to crochet a granny square, that concept, as it gets bigger as it goes. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you so you can see we have the kits available.
And this pattern, just for completeness, there is a circular version of the pattern. It's kind of the same idea.
The pattern is called the 10 stitch blanket by Frankie Brown, and she actually has a number of patterns that are 10 stitches and constructed modularly. Yeah. So this is the blanket. It comes out to a really nice lap size. And in the kit, you will get all 8 skeins of the yarn. And then you'll be able to just start from one and keep going to the next and end up with a gorgeous blanket. And we have that pattern a little discounted today. And I assume it will stay that way through July 13th. And again, if you actually, it will be even more discounted than that because there'll be the 25% off. And if you win a gift certificate, that would be on top of that. So yeah, super fun.
Stay tuned. Yep. So yeah, if you have questions too, please feel free to stick them in the chat, raise your hand or something. Anytime during this session, we're happy to answer questions too. But I think it's time for Laura to do the first gift card.
Okay, so open your chat, and I am going to take the third answer just because sometimes people have quicker internet than other folks. I'm going to take the third answer to the question, what is the yardage of our new baby skeins?
Oh, good one. You snuck that in there. I did notice you saying that. Yes.
Okay. I'll give it one more second. Okay, it looks like KB is our winner. They are 100 yards. Previously, our mini skeins were 200. So they were just half size, but now they're baby size and they're 100 yards. KB, go ahead and message Zen Yarn Garden. She is here in the chat, and she will get, I believe, your email address and send you that gift card.
Yay. Yeah, I don't know if, Laura, you had like, I just wanted to show what they look like, you know, in person or.
Oh whatever. Yeah, I don't have, all I have are the leftovers from.
So this is like a little trio of the baby skeins. So this one is the floating colorway, like Laura was explaining, one colorway. Then this one is, let me look, it's like a combo. This one is called Ahoy Floating. And that brings in just one more color here. And
it brings in the colors of Ahoy along with floating.
Yep. So that's those. And then this is the splatter version of the Ahoy Floating. So anyway, they go together. I'm going to show you another project too that I get to show you some new things that I don't have the pattern quite written up for yet, but it's coming.
These are previews of a coming attractions in the fall, and we will be doing either knit-alongs or tutorial Tuesdays on these. And I'm just going to pop a link in the chat where you can sign up for our newsletter, which is how you get invited to tutorial Tuesdays.
Yes. Yep, you can sign up for them. If you're signed up for them and you can't attend, then you'll get the video, I think, automatically. So even if you don't think you'll be able to make it, then still sign up, I guess, and we'll send you the video recording. But it's really fun to attend them live because we do answer questions in the chat and we usually give away prizes.
We usually give away gift cards.
Yes. So
time zone is Eastern.
Eastern, yeah. Yep. So a little early for some, maybe, but or late. I don't know. We usually do them anyway. We'll see the time.
Generally, it's 7 Eastern.
7 Eastern. Okay. Yes. All right. So this is one of a new design that I did. It's uses one trio set. So I just put that down. So like one of these, and then one neutral color. So you could, if you wanted a lighter shawl, you could choose just, a natural, or you could choose another neutral color that you liked. And then it's each of the 3 skeins. And this is a Mobius cowl. It's a lot like my Strolling on Cloud 9, if you've seen that one, but this is in fingering weight and it is Mobius. So you start with a cast on at the center here, and then it's a little hard to see on the screen maybe, but you can kind of see a chevron design here, and it's just done with knits and pearls. So it's a really like a mindless pattern. And once you get through that cast on, then it becomes like just mindless and you're knitting in a Mobius. So it's just like this continuous, you can start anytime, you can stop anytime. And it just was designed to show off the different colorways together. So that's a fun one. And then it does have just an I-cord bind off that is fun because it's Mobius. It just is continuous all the way around. So that one, like Laura mentioned, we're going to be doing Tutorial Tuesdays when this one comes out very soon. I just need to get, the pictures and like all of the not as fun as knitting stuff done. But yeah, if you have questions or anything, make sure to join the tutorial. And I think, do we have these set up on the website in like sets of 3? To order, Laura?
I don't know that we do yet.
Not yet, but when this gets released, we will have that. So definitely get on the mailing list, and then when this gets released, we'll have links to kits where you can choose, your set of 3 colors and then your neutral color.
KB asked if you can model it to see how one would wear the cowl.
Yes. So this one, I usually just do it twice and wear it like under a jacket or something. It is long enough that you can like pull parts of it down over your shoulder to get, a little bit more warmth, or if you're wearing like a dress or something like that. Or you can wear it open, I guess, too, with under a jacket. Or also this one is a little bit interesting because anyway, I didn't get it quite right, but it has absolutely no right side or wrong side because it's Mobius, it's continuous, and each side of the pattern is the same, or it's reversible, because so you see the chevron on both sides, which is kind of fun. I don't know if you remember I can grab, anyway, I don't have it right there, but I can grab the other cowl pattern. In that one, you did kind of have a right side and a wrong side. It was still Mobius, but you did have to like adjust a little bit more where your twist was if you wanted the one side to show, but this one you don't. This one is just reversible front and back. So kind of fun. Like I said, Mobius, like I'm usually one of those knitters that just likes to try new things and knits a different thing. Like I've knit one sock before and then not even ever gotten to the other one. But like Mobiuses fascinate me. So I feel like I always want to have a Mobius on my needles because I can just pick it up and do it and, take it to my knit group or take it somewhere where I don't want to concentrate. But it's still like a little bit interesting, and I'm actually working on another one. So when it's on your needles, it looks like this, like it's all scrunched up and you can't really tell what's going on. But you just like go and go and go. And then it like turns into magic when you bind off. So anyway, I think it's really fun. But let's see. Next, are we going to show, we already showed all those colors, right? So
I did. I don't know if you want to talk about the sweater or we can do the second gift certificate.
Okay, I'll jump into sweater, then we'll do this gift certificate, and then we have a little bit more to show.
Yeah.
All right, so this is another design, which of course I haven't released yet, that's coming. So we're just teasing you a little bit here, but this one also uses the 3 baby skeins. So it just uses 3 baby skeins and then you can choose your neutral color. So in this case, I just used an undyed skein. For the other, maybe I can move her up a little. Anyway, so then I just used a natural in this one, but you could also use like a darker color or like I said, a neutral plain color. But I had a lot of fun with the construction on this one. If you know me at all, I have an engineering background and I like interesting construction stuff. So that's a lot of my stuff has that. But here I actually cast on along this line in the back. So a provisional cast on and then knit this direction and knit used like half of a baby skein for under the side and then came around and knit to here. So then I had a bunch of live stitches on my needles. Then I came back and had these with a provisional cast on. The provisional cast on is super easy. You just like wrap the yarn around the needle and a stitch holder. And then I went this way. So then I came back around this way and I had live stitches here. And then I had those live stitches here. And I came up with a new technique. I don't know if you can really see it. You do see this like a little bit of a ridge here, but I joined like 2 sets of live stitches. You know, I could have done Kitchener stitch and then it would just look smooth, but I kind of wanted there to be this ridge in the middle. So a new kind of technique that it's like a zipper kind of, you take 1 stitch and you go over and you're not using any yarn and it's pretty easy. So anyway, that's just a fun thing that is in this pattern that we'll be doing I think we're going to do a knit along for this because also it's like super customizable. So you can make it your size. I also have some short rows built in down here. So you can like measure your bust and measure your waist and find the difference between them and add what you need to make it fit you nicely, whether you're like larger on the top or the bottom or the same, it doesn't matter. You can make it just perfect for you. And the length of course is super adjustable. And what else? It has, so I did the edging, you can see here, it's hard to see, I know on Zoom, but there's some detailing in the edging. This is just like on the edge of your work. So it keeps it from curling. You know, after it's blocked, it stays really nice. It doesn't start curling up or anything. And that is another fun feature. Also, it has, so when you get to this part, let's see, when you're coming around, when you're knitting this way, you just place these stitches on a holder and then keep going and cast on a provisional cast on. So you have like live stitches here so that when you come back to the sleeve, you can just make this a long sleeve if you want to. You can knit it down and then the edging here is just take the color that you had on the side and it's basically like 6-stitch bind off. So you're almost like the 10-stitch like you're knitting back and forth, knitting together with this edge and binding off like that with kind of an edge. So anyway, lots going on, but lots of fun. And you know, I like to do video tutorials on everything, and we'll do a knit along and tutorials so we can really walk you through all the more difficult parts for that one. But all right, sorry, I feel like I was just talking forever, but any questions that I missed or?
No, we had some lovely comments. Very cool. Love the engineering. The pooling looks like natural stone. Beautiful, interesting construction. So lots of cool comments. and we'll be bringing this out likely in the fall. And our knit-alongs, the way they work is you purchase the kit, and then you, along with that purchase, you get several Zoom sessions with, I'm assuming it's probably going to be me and Suzanne in the fall, and we'll work through everything from the cast on all the way through to the bind off over a series of a few weeks or a month or two. So we'll go over all the different techniques. So when she said you have a provisional cast on here, and then you put these on hold and you do this, we'll do all of that step by step so that you can see it being done.
Yeah, so, and ask questions along the way. Yes. And, you know,
yeah, you'll have access to us for questions and anything you need.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one. So that will be really fun.
Okay. Let's do a second gift certificate. There is no discount code. It is 25% off through July 13th. So you can just shop our website, and the discount will be when you put things in your shopping cart. When you go look at your shopping cart, it will show up there when you go to checkout. So the second question, go ahead and open your chat windows. This is for a $10 gift certificate. What was the name of the blanket?
Ooh. Yeah,
okay, and I should have said I was going to take number 5. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kelly Richardson, that's you. Go ahead and message Zen Yarn Garden and let them know that you are the winner, and send them your email address and they will send you the gift card. And yes, you can custom order whatever you would like in the V-back tee, which is behind me. Those are available in all of our gradients, and if you want to do it in double cakes of rice tie, Zen Yarn Garden said please just email them at canwehelpyou@zenyarngarden.com.
Yes, that's a pretty one.
So I guess the last thing, I will share my screen and you can start talking about them.
Oh yes, we get to have grab bags again. So this is one of our favorite things here to do. We have these kits of usually 4 skeins of yarn. And they are discounted, but you do have to get what you see there. So there's a picture of that exact specific skeins that you're going to get. We don't do any substitution or anything with these grab bags. Plus, you get that 25% off on top of this already discounted price. So they're a really good deal. Like Nancy said, I think she got one and she used 2 skeins, and then still has more to make another shawl or anything. And then these ones, these are I guess those are mini skeins. Are they mini? Are they the?
Some of them are both. Some of them are mini skeins, which are 200 yards. And then some of them are baby skeins, which are 100 yards.
Mini versus baby. Okay. Yeah. I don't think there's any baby ones here. Oh, maybe there are. Anyway.
No, there were just a couple, and they're marked as baby super fine.
Okay. So the baby ones, are the tiny ones, and then the mini ones are half a skein worth of the fingering weight yarn.
Yeah. So an SF is super fine fingering. SFB is super fine bulky. SSS plus is our Serenity Silk Plus, which is a gorgeous blend. And that is that's going to be in fingering weight. And then I don't know if we have any worsted. I guess we'll find out. Oh, and MS is merino silk, which is lovely as well.
Is it? Oh, I thought it was mini skein. No.
Oh, you're right. It might be mini skein. And then S is Serenity 20, which is our merino silk.
It's merino. Serenity 20 is the merino cashmere.
Okay, I should let you do this because you know better than I do what they.
Okay. Super fine. Yeah, SF is super fine fingering. The S20 is the Serenity 20. It's the 20% cashmere and the brush merino. And then SW, there's an SW is worsted's S.
Okay, and what's SFG?
Glitter, I think. Super fine glitter.
Okay. Great. So we've got tons available now, but there are usually only one, sometimes 2 of them. So if you see one you like, you have to grab it because it may not be there later if you go back to it, just so you know. And then we also have a few other things. We have gradient yarns. And these are our gradient cakes. The ones that come 2 cakes to a pack are our fingering weight. They are sock length, which is approximately 400 yards.
So this is a one skein project out of a cake, a superfine fingering cake.
Mm-hmm.
You could use two and do a bigger shawl, or lots of other options out there, but just to give you an idea of how much one is.
Yeah, and then our Luxe blanks, which you can get in any of our gradients, those are actually supersized. They are 150 grams and 750 yards, and they are our merino cashmere silk base. And those are available. This one particularly is in raspberry, or sometimes they look like the Lekx cakes. We wind them into a cake, and those are available in, we have probably 6 or 8, 10 colorways of those, and you can see some of them that have been put into kits, which will just come. Most of these are single cake of our gradient that will come with a shawl pattern.
Mm-hmm.
So
this is one cake worth. If you're like for that VT that Laura has behind her too, this one I used just one skein for my size, like a 38-inch bust. You can get it out of one skein. If
only the very smallest sizes will take one. Most of them will take 2.
But you can use the leftovers from your second one to do a shawl or something that, just use up the rest.
Okay, and then the final thing, well, I have 2 things that I can show you. One is, I have a couple more things actually. These are our jump in the pool skeins, which are yarns that intentionally are dyed so that they will pool, and we have a variety of patterns available with those. They're up at the top of the page. Here I can just show you, we did the crosshatch wrap by Shayna Billow, and that is some planned pooling. And then we also have a synchronized swimming scarf, which Suzanne designed. And these are all intended to use our pooling yarns. These are 3 mini skeins. They're each 200 yards. So the total, when you order a package of them, it's 600 yards. And they will do some of that planned pooling for you. And I would urge you to grab these as you see them, because
oh my gosh, every time they show these, there's new ones. Like I haven't seen Aztec before.
Neither have I. Yeah. Oh, and they have a Prince set here with purples.
Oh, and
okay, we are slightly over time, so I'm going to go through 2 things really quickly. First of all, we are going to be on Amazon, so you can find us on Amazon now. You can follow us, and pretty soon we are going to have yarn available, and I believe it will ship as part of Prime shipping. So if you are an Amazon customer, that will be fun. And then the last thing that I pulled is we also have the VT kit pre-order. This includes the pattern and tutorial videos if you would like. And that is what is right behind me. And it is available in a variety of sizes. It's a pattern by Jamie Hoffman, who is Knitosophy, and it has a wide size range. I actually knit it in a very, in a larger size, so that we could use a plus size model, but it also scales down. That was what Suzanne was showing.
And it looks great on, I think, it's a really good pattern. It looks so flattering on a lot of different, in any size, I think. And it's well written so that it translates, I think, all the way. I didn't have any problem on different sizes, and nobody had problems, I don't think, in any of our tutorial or whatever knit along. And you can make it longer if you want to. You can make it shorter. You can customize it. It's really good pattern. I like it.
Okay, so the final thing to remember is we have 25% off site-wide until July 13th, 2022. Just add your items to the cart. There's no discount code. It will show up automatically. It will show up on top of any other discounts that are already available there. Those of you who won gift certificates, congratulations, you can use those. And all orders over $49 receive free shipping in the USA and Canada. And I will give you one final link for the shop. That's also where you would sign up for the newsletter. And we hope to see you in the future at Tutorial Tuesdays.
We're also back, in a couple hours here.
Yes.
So you have another chance to win the gift certificates. And I also wanted to shout out to some shops that are going to be carrying some yarns. So I'll try and make a list of that for next time. But just to keep an eye out at your local local yarn shop too. They order like special colors and they get some pretty neat things too. So we always want to support them. But anyway, I think we're way over time. So we'll say goodbye today.
Thank you
Come
for
back and
joining
join
us. Happy shopping. Enjoy your classes. And we'll be back at 3:30 Central Time this afternoon.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.